Hey, what is up, lovelies? It is Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and to be perfectly honest, I am very confused. I'm very confused. So we have a new, I guess, prediction for what the next upcoming banners are going to be, and this news has actually been circulating for the past few days, and I don't know if it's somebody who's trying to confuse the fandom. I don't know if it's somebody who actually knows what's going to come out, but I thought I'd share it with you guys anyway, since it's something that's actually catching some traction among some people. Maybe because it's a real uncle who's talking about these kind of things, but we're gonna have to wait and see what's really going to appear. But I thought that, it's still a fun conversation to have, because I like panicking with everyone, basically. it's a is it a trauma thing? I don't know. let's have a conversation about this. Okay, so we have here, basically the conversation that everyone's having is that we're going to get Raphael or Caleb solo PV drop very, very soon. It's either going to happen tonight or it's going to happen on tomorrow night. Yes, tomorrow night. Now, you must be wondering, wait, Lynn, why are you saying that Raphael's going to drop? Didn't you say that his thingy was like delayed? I'm like, yes. Yes, his thingy was delayed. Now I'm like, what is happening? This is why I'm confused. There was this whole conversation that Raphael's PV was going to be, delayed, and his card was going to be delayed because apparently there are some technical issues with the card, and his new model is, blah 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 blah. So I'm like, what are we talking about right now? Why are we saying that Raphael or Caleb's solo PV is going to drop? I'm thinking that it's gonna be Caleb's solo PV, but then again, I'm sitting here like, I have no idea anymore. The closer it's gotten to the end of the year, the more unsure the community is about what the predicted timeline is going to be, because there's just too many things that are throwing in unknown factors. Like reruns are messing up the entire prediction chart that we've had. The fact that Xavier's PV dropped out of nowhere shook everybody. Nobody expected that to actually happen. It wasn't in any of the predicted predicted list schedules or whatever. So I think that's why everybody's clambering, oh, this is gonna come out, this is gonna come out. Well, we don't know. We apparently don't know. So we have here November 18th, Raphael or Caleb's solo PV is going to drop. November 20 to 29 is the solo banner period. Then November 29th is going to be Silas's new PV drop. And that's for his new myth. And then the official release for his myth will be... Excuse me, guys. I woke up from a nap. So his official myth is supposed to release December 2nd. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then this is the funny part, when you scroll down on this post, this person says also possible scenarios. I'm like, okay, so this is not definite, but this is definitely coming from HSX. So it's very interesting. I think the fandom definitely doesn't know or can't predict what's going to happen next, like I said, because we've had too many things changing and too many things that are unpredictable right now. Like the beginning of the year, I feel like it's much easier to predict what's going to happen, because once a pattern has been set, especially with introduction of new love interests, and then new myth for love interests, and then we have multi-banner, new love interest, what's it called? New myth for love interest, that kind of thing. I feel like that's easier to predict than what's going on right now, because now we're throwing in a lot of reruns. We're also still waiting for a myth story update. So there are things that the community can't predict. There are no clues or anything, which is really interesting that there are no solid veggies on this. So I think that Infold might be reining in those people who are giving us the actual deets back in the day. So Nana also says here, pretty much have the same prediction, except I thought they were dropping the solo PV today, November 17th, and we won't be getting any early confirmation since the Senior Hunter contest resets happens on December 1st. So we'll have to be prepared when the solos about to end. Early PV drop can be around the 28th. And then if they do a back-to-back solo, it'll be end during December 11, but I heard December 12th, 13th are dates that they have to avoid posting. So if so, then we'll have to wait till the 17th for the myth release and the PV for the 14th. This is interesting. So if we have a double PV, so if we have a double solo myth banner. Okay, let's take a look at let's take a look at the calendar here. Alright, so we have the 18th. If the PV is going to drop tomorrow, and the banner run time is going to be from the 20th until the 29th, then for example, we get a PV for another solo drop, then it'll be like the 29th or the 30th, or even the 28th, and then maybe runtime will start. Let's see, maybe the runtime will start on the 1st. So if the runtime starts from the 1st and we go 1 week, 2 days, 10th. Oh, that's what she's talking about. Okay. So let's see, it'll end around December 11th, but I heard December 12th, 13th are dates they have to avoid posting. I wonder if that's a thing for the company or if it's for CN. And then we'll have to wait till the 17th for the myth release and a PV on the 14th. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So consensus right now is that nobody knows what's up. Oops. Nobody knows what's up, but at least we have a rough idea. Okay, we have a rough idea. We all know that a solo is going to come out. Imagine if it was Silas's PV though, that would be absolutely insane. But we have a solo that's definitely going to come out. We just don't know if what's after that solo is going to be Silas's PV or if it's going to be another solo. So that is something that we have to keep our eyes peeled for. But either way, at least we have a rough estimate on like dates and stuff. Another possibility, solo, and then we have solo period, and then myth drop on the 30th, then myth drop on the 3rd. So it's like a difference of like a few days. And then let's see, November 21st to 30th, then December 3rd to 11th solos, and then PV drop, and then actual release for Silas's myth. Okay. This makes sense. I mean, it would be interesting to see if it was Raphael or Caleb's. I'm actually banking that it's going to be Caleb's. I really don't think it's going to be Raphael's. But then again, I have been wrong before. So it could totally be Raphael. But then that means that all of those rumors that they delayed it because there was this, technical issue and all of those different shenanigans, those were not true then. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below, because this is getting more and more convoluted as we continue. It always happens. Like, this always happens near the end of the year, and it always happens when the fandom is bored. I'm just really happy that there's no huge drama that's happening in the community right now, because typically when a multi-banner is ending, like the last week of a multi-banner, there is mad drama happening over on Twitter. So far, nothing has been happening. I am actually really happy this is the case. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Alrighty, everybody, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think, or at least what you hope is going to drop next. I would be very surprised if it was Raphael. But let's keep our eyes peeled tonight, because you never know. Alright, it might drop tonight. Alrighty, everybody. I shall see you lovelies in the next video. Yeah, that's my outro. Okay, bye bye.